Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and welcome to the Practical Stoic Podcast, where I give you practical Stoic advice for modern times. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/Simon Drew. I also do one-on-one mindset coaching, and you can book in your first free consultation by going to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching. On Facebook, you can join my group, the Practical Stoic Mastermind. But for now, enjoy this episode. Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and welcome to the Practical Stoic Podcast. You know, my favourite quotes from the Stoics are often the shortest ones. The Stoics had a knack for saying more with less, and the quote that I want to start today's episode with is no exception, and it comes from Marcus Aurelius. He said, quote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about their opinion than our own." End quote. You know, when I first read this quote, it completely blew my mind. It made so much sense to me, and you can see examples of this throughout our culture and society on almost every single level. We all think that our own lives are so important, and yet we feel sad when not enough people respond to a Facebook post. People, I might add, who probably you don't even know. We get some negative feedback from a boss, and we recoil in embarrassment. We do or say something silly, and we look around to see who's watching. We choose our clothes and our car and home and appliances in a hope that people will see us as highly functioning and successful members of society. We clean the house before anyone comes over so that they'll get the impression that we are clean and tidy and on top of everything. We spend so much of our precious time trying to look and be a certain way for other people, and why? So that they'll approve of us, so that they'll tell us how amazing we are and how important we are. And, you know, according to the Stoics, not only is this kind of folly not worth our time, but it also leads to nothing and nowhere. Epictetus can help us from here. He said, quote, "In trying to please other people, we find ourselves misdirected towards what lies outside of our sphere of influence. In doing so, we lose our hold on our life's purpose. Content yourself with being a lover of wisdom, a seeker of the truth. Return and return again to what is essential and worthy. Do not try to seem wise to others. If you want to live a wise life, live it on your own terms and in your own eyes." End quote. Epictetus makes some really important points here. Firstly, trying to please other people is not only unwise, but it's also outside of our control. No matter what you do or how long you do it, you will not be able to control how people will see you. And to believe that you can is a massive lie which will only lead to frustration and depression. And here's the thing, there will always be people who don't like you. You could be the nicest and most encouraging, hardworking and pleasant person, and still there will be people who don't like you. And so if you build your emotional foundation upon what others think of you, you're destined to be let down. But if you will build your emotional foundation upon what you think of yourself, then you'll always be in control. And this is the next important point that Epictetus made. He said we should be content with being lovers of wisdom and truth, and that we should not try to seem wise to others. He said that if you want to live a wise life, live it on your own terms and in your own eyes. So let's take a look at that, living a life on your own terms and in your own eyes. Meaning we should live our life based on our own decisions, our own beliefs, and our own values, not the beliefs and choices of other people. And we should not focus on what other people think of us, but rather we should focus on what we think of ourselves. This is the path to happiness and fulfillment and personal growth. You know, there's nothing sadder in my view than to see a person who has lived their entire life based around other people's beliefs and other people's choices and other people's plans for them. And through Stoicism, we're encouraged to step up and make the decision that everything we do will be the result of our own judgment and our own purpose. Trying to please everyone is a fool's errand, and it can only lead you away from your life's true purpose. And so today, I wanted to encourage you to think about your own life. How much time do you spend worrying about what other people think of you? How much effort do you expend trying to please people and trying to make sure that nothing you do or say gets in the way of someone else's positive opinion of you? How many times a day do you do something just so that it'll make you look a certain way to other people? This isn't a happy life. This is a life of imprisonment and slavery. This is a life that can only ever lead to anxiety and stress. Begin now to focus on your own opinion of yourself. Spend time improving yourself, not so that others will admire you, but so that you'll admire you. Think often about the age-old maxim as you go through your day, that what other people think of me is none of my business. Remember that people will always have differing opinions of who you are, but you have the power to grow your talents, increase your skills, educate yourself, become healthier, and build your self-esteem so that no matter what other people say or do, you can be content with who you are. I'll talk to you next time, but until then, I hope that this episode has helped you on your rise to the good life. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Practical Stoic Podcast. I hope it's been valuable for you, and if you'd like to support the show, then you can go to patreon.com/Simon Drew. If you'd like to try mindset coaching with me, then you can book your first free consultation by going to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching. To join the community, just go to Facebook and search for the Practical Stoic Mastermind. The links to all of these places are included in the show notes, but for now, this is Simon Drew signing out.